What's going on YouTube? It's Atmospheric Tactics and Gear bringing you a new release video on the discussion of bag guns and mobile loadouts. So I've got a few different bag guns, been getting into them lately. Got a couple of them here kind of set up on the table here, and we're gonna open them up, take a look at a few different setups, kind of figure out a good middle ground between smaller scale to larger scale. Um, so I guess first and foremost, the question would be is why a bag gun? Um, why do you have to go that overboard? you know. Um, so a couple different reasons, I guess. Number one is going to be, of course, for that extra sense of security, that extra blanket of protection um, in the circumstances of maybe you're going into a dense urban area, maybe you're going camping. A lot of people have designated truck guns or vehicle guns. That's not uncommon or unheard of at all, and that's kind of where bag guns come in. So it's just an extra source for you to keep on hand. Obviously, it's not going to be on your person. It could be if you want to go mobile with it and still be concealed, where you're not carrying around and open carrying a large rifle, like a long rifle or something like that. That's where this bag gun is going to really kind of earn its stars and stripes for you. So we will we'll start looking at some of these here. I think we'll start from more of a larger scale and work our way down. Um, there's a few different loadouts I've got, and you guys let me know what you kind of think of them in the comments down below. Uh, so the first setup here I've got, this is a larger tactical backpack. It's more so for like an away from home trip, whether you're going camping or you're going to stay with some friends or whatever. And you have your personal carry gun, you have your concealed gun on you, whether you're carrying ambidex, your appendix, or wherever you're carrying this. You can take with you. You can easily grab it out of the truck, throw it on your shoulder, and off you go. And obviously there's going to be a lot more to this bag other than just the firearm itself. And I've got some extra mag pouches here. Got a power bank on the side. I believe I have flashlight in here, medical kit, basic first aid, just basic stuff that you would want to take with you if you're making a trip away from home for a fair amount of time. So in this bag here, we've actually got, open this up, and we've got this is the Strybog. It's a 9mm pistol, and we're gonna go ahead and check that it's clear. We're all good. So this has a folding brace on it, and you can easily deploy this brace, and here you are. You have a fully operational pistol caliber carbine that actually has 30-round magazines, and I've got 3 30-round magazines. So, and the mags are empty, just so you do know. But this thing is definitely ideal for if you need more firepower, you're in a bad situation, and your 10 or 12 or 15 rounds in your carry gun isn't enough to get you out of that bad situation. So that here this is one of the setups, and I've got a full review video on this Strybog. Actually, you guys can go onto my channel and check out more of the features and the details that this thing has to offer. You guys check that out on your own time. So that's kind of my larger bag, or one of my larger bags, I should say. One big thing to kind of, I guess, remember or to think about is, even though you may have a larger bag, don't stuff it full of tons and tons of stuff where it's going to make more weight added to it. You want to be able to have some room to play around with. If you're on the go and you need storage, you can still store stuff in this bag. Don't pack it where it's full to the brim. Just kind of a little tip for you guys, I guess. Next one here is going to be, this is another sling. Well, this is another fairly larger bag, I guess. It's more of a sling bag. So, pop over your shoulder like such. And I've got my knife right here on the strap on the sling. It's very accessible. Got a, oh, this is actually for a strap. That it's a quick disconnect strap, but you know you'd attach it right here, so that way you're not fumbling around as much if you're running around. So kind of a cool little setup there. But inside, we'll just kind of take a little brief look. Got some extra rounds in a box here. Sorry, my camera angle is not going to allow you to watch the opening here. But inside this bag, I have my AR-9. Go ahead and check that it's all clear. We're good. So this has the extendable brace on it. It's got a 4-inch barrel. I went ahead and did some rattle work on it with the paint. So I mean, it turned out fairly decent. It's got that hex kind of cage look to it. Not anything, it's not like Cerakoted or anything. Eventually this will probably wear, but that's okay because it'll give it that battle worn effect. But yeah, this thing is pretty nice. It's just a nice little bag gun. You know, it's pretty simple design. I've got my sling, I've got my red dot, and I've got, I think, 3 or 4 magazines in the bag to go with it. So just something to, again, carry with you when you're on the go. If you do need a nice little sub gun or something to bring with you anywhere, this one would be good for a hike or you know, a short trip away from home or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily say like, you know, going camping with that setup. It's a little on the light side. You'd want to probably, you know, take more of a bug out bag with you. Next up, I've got, this is kind of another shoulder slash like sling bag. You know, you kind of throw it over your shoulder, put it over your arm, all that, kind of like what I did with the other bag. But this here is actually a Remington TAC 14 12 gauge shotgun. Now, again, I have my own kind of custom paint on there, rattle can work, but it's got the M-lock rail up top. I did put a hand stop in there just to kind of you know, get a little more control on the front end of it there. Got my Velcro shell saddle on it with my shells, you know, upside down for easier loading maneuvers. It's got a 4-round tube on here, but if you run mini shells or mini, you know, buckshot, you can easily fit like 7 or 8 in there in the tube. So that's a pretty decent amount of firepower for such a small shotgun. And this is obviously me more so practical for, you know, if you're going camping, you can take this in addition to your bug out bag or, you know, whatever. You know, if you gotta fend off against some coyotes, a pack of coyotes, or maybe even a small bear like a black bear, you know, this is definitely going to do some damage, being that it's a 12 gauge shotgun. So there's that one there. And then I haven't really set up a bag for this one yet, but this is a fairly newer build. This is a AR pistol. It's chambered in 300 blackout. I mean, it's fairly small. It's larger compared to the other ones that we've seen so far, but it's a fairly smaller build. Right now, the only thing that it's missing is an optic. I'm in the process of making a decision on what I want this to have. But anyways, so this is an AR build. I got, you know, got 40 round magazines, 30 round magazines for it. Toss that in the bag. I don't have a bag picked out for this. However, because of its size, we are going to need a larger bag for it. And I'm sorry I haven't done this sooner. Got sidetracked, but just to check, we are all clear. I mean, I obviously knew that we were clear, but just want you guys to know that too. So we have the extendable brace on it, so you can get a little more length out of it. This is the PDW, the SB PDW brace, and overall, I mean, it's a very, I mean, it's a sturdy build. It's a very sturdy tactical firearm. Um, and this would fit in a bag just fine. It's going to be a larger bag, not one of these smaller ones, but this would be more so for if you're going into a dense urban area, or maybe you could take it out on a camping trip or outdoors trip or a hike or something like that. Um, this is definitely a very good candidate for like a truck gun or a vehicle gun, to keep as a backup. Um, so you have that one there. Another one that I have, which I actually took this out of one of my other backpacks, but this here is the Ronin by MC. It's an MCK Ronin that is a mold that runs off of a Glock as a host. So I guess to further kind of explain that, we have this side folding brace on here, and we just simply unfold that brace. We're gonna go ahead and check that it's clear, so we're all good. This one has flip up iron sights, and then I went with kind of a cheaper red dot on this. It's not anything crazy expensive, but it's a little flip up red dot on there as well. So we do have that. And then right now I've just got this little, it's a green light on there. I'm probably going to be running the proprietary Ronin light, which there's this little insert down in here for that light. You can order it off of the Glock website, actually. Been thinking about getting one of those, or they actually make a laser that you can throw in there too. Kind of the only downfall about this setup is you can't put a suppressor on it. If you have a suppressor, if you have like a compensator, you can't throw one of those on the end of this because it shrouds out the access for it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and show you guys kind of the takedown process and procedure. So there's this button down here, and you just kind of roll this back and out. And then what you do is there are levers on each side. There's one right here. And there's also one right here. You can't really see it with the flashlight in there, but you simply pull down on the lever and then pull back and then drop the gun down. And then it separates. This is a Glock 17 handgun. It's all stock. I've just got a kind of a grip on it. But yeah, this is just a Glock 17 handgun, and it goes into this mold. Which this is not classified as a firearm at all. This is obviously the serialized firearm. This brace system is just more of an accessory or an attachment. So that could be a benefit in certain circumstances or scenarios or whatever. But anyways, as far as throwing this thing back in, it's super simple. There's just this kind of insert that's flopping around in there that you can actually see. You go ahead and take the firearm, and we're going to kind of insert the snout in and then push up on the rear end of the slide into that insert that's in the gun. That allows you to charge the weapon when it is inside of the brace. So, and then you kind of just push it all the way forward until it clicks, and then you bring this flap, this door, you bring that up, and then kind of click that back into place. And then you are ready to go. You're back in action. Now, this thing also does feature in this this magazine. I'm going to tell you, don't freak out, but it is loaded, so it's a loaded magazine. I'm going to keep it away from the firearm, but it does feature a magazine holder up front, which is super helpful, for quick reloads or just for extra ammunition on hand. That's a huge benefit to this little package here. It's very quick, it's very lightweight, and it's just really cool too, honestly, if you ask me. I mean, the size of it that it can fold down into is that's remarkable. And it has the Picatinny rail up top, so for those of you who are throwing optics on your handguns, on your Glocks, and getting RMR cuts and slide cuts for optics and all this other stuff, that's obviously, it's a reciprocating system, when you're putting a red dot on the rear end of your gun, because the slide is moving as it's discharging each round. So you're almost there's a split second, or a slight flash of time where you have to really kind of focus on getting it back on target. The nice benefit to this system is even if you're shooting it one-handed, where you're not unfolded with this brace, you know, this red dot that's going to be up top is non-reciprocating, so it's going to stay stationary. Therefore, you're going to improve with accuracy all around. Another big benefit to this is, obviously with everything that we've already gone through, but when, as opposed to just using the Glock 17 as it is, which obviously is a very dependable, reliable firearm that we all know and love, but instead of just using that where you're having 2 points of contact, now you unfold this brace and you have 3 points of contact, because you have one hand in front, one hand on the gun, one hand for stabilizer, and then you have this brace where, if you're using the brace as intended to, you would strap it to your arm. But there are a lot of people who do shoulder into the brace, and whether those, you like it or not, it happens, it goes on out there. So ATF, sorry to tell you, but the brace system, people use and abuse it sometimes, big tears, I know, well, the ATF sucks anyway, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Anyways, so you have 3 points of contact with the system, and this is an empty magazine. It is a 50 round drum made for Glock, 9mm drum. You slap this thing in this gun, and then you throw a 33 round stick mag up top in this slot. You have 80 rounds on you. You have 80 rounds of ammunition in this tiny little setup, which is incredible. As far as pistol caliber carbines go, and PCC setups and loadouts and all that stuff, I would say that this guy right here is probably one of the best setups that you can have that's available on the market. Especially if you already have a Glock. This thing will fit Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 34s, Glock 19X, Glock 45. I mean, actually no, it doesn't do the 34. My mistake. But it gives you a wide variety. That's all that counts. Now, last but not least, not anything crazy special, but I am just going to showcase you guys more of an obvious setup. This is more so just giving a light bulb, as far as an idea goes, out to, maybe someone who's elderly, or someone who likes to wear sweatpants all the time, or I don't know, just another option out there for as far as like a sling bag. Now this is a very, very light bag. It's pretty much like a fanny pack on steroids, if you want to look at it that way. It's a bigger bag, and you're not going to wear it around like this, like a fanny pack. It's a sling bag, so I mean, you'd either put it over your shoulder and have it, over your chest going diagonal, or you carry it kind of actually like a backwards fanny pack if you're running it with a backpack. So you'd have this with your backpack. Maybe you're out hiking and you got your water and your tent or a tarp and your backpack or extra clothes or whatever. You got all that stuff in your backpack, and this is just kind of like an addition to your backpack, and you don't want to carry a holster on you. They make tons of bags out there like this, and you can use this as like a holster. I have a holster in here. Obviously, this is inside the waistband holster, and this is just a cheap gun right here. This is a Sky CPX2. You can go ahead and check that action, make sure there's nothing in there. Actually, I'll hold that open for you. So this is a Sky CPX2, and just a 9mm double action, super budget option for concealed carry and all that other jazz. But you can have this thing in this bag, and then you can have a few extra magazines on you as well, and some other little gear. I've got actually a 3-pack of flares in here. I've got a flashlight. I've got a compass, medical kit. I've got a few other things in this little sling bag. That again, just an option to have if you don't want to carry a handgun on your person. Throw it in a smaller bag like this. So guys, all in all, I really appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully this video was helpful or interesting to you. Hopefully it maybe explained some things or answered some questions you may have had. If it was helpful, it would be helpful of you to go ahead and hit that like button, and follow us for further content. Subscribe onto the channel. I'm going to be working on some field videos here pretty soon. We're going to be going to the range, doing some first shot videos and some 500 round review videos and stuff like that on a couple different guns. And we're going to be bringing you some decent content. I'm going to be going over some EDC loadouts and some other tactical gear and flashlights or bags or whatever. I'm going to be ushering in more and more content here in the next few weeks while I've got some downtime in the winter. For those of you who don't know, I'm an arborist and I do a lot of tree work in the summer. But with winter, I'm able to make a few more videos and invest a little more time into this channel. So it's a growing thing, and I just recently got it going. So any support would be appreciated. And until the next video, you guys stay safe out there and stay cool, man. It's always good to see people doing good. All right, adios, amigos. Later on.